getting ready for Thanksgiving and we got to start somewhere. So I want to start with the thing that takes the longest. And in our case, this is our cranberry raspberry mousse. So what we do is double this recipe. Still got to wash it up over here. A really cool pumpkin that's going to be pink when we're done. So that's our goal when we're all set and done. This one requires a double recipe. It's pretty easy to get the double-sized Jell-O box for the raspberry flavoring we're going to be using in this. But to start, we're going to start with 2 cups of cranberry juice. We use pure cranberry juice for this one. Gives it a better full flavor. And we're going to get over and start boiling this. There's our first cup. And our second cup. And what you'll notice is this is basically just like making Jell-O, except for instead of water, we're using the cranberry juice. We're going to get this started up over here and get that to a nice little boil. We can put our cranberry juice to the side because we're really done. Might want to use this as a garnish for a different drink. Get some Sprite, make some cranberry Sprites, and kind of be festive for the holidays. So the next thing that we're doing here is we need 16 ounces of cranberry sauce. Fortunately, they've made these in 14-ounce cans, so we need 2. But the good news is we'll be able to cut up some nice cranberry sauce on the side to serve as an additional relish or side, depending on what you want to do. So you can kind of 2-for-1 bank this. The second can, though, you're going to want to make sure you get it out nicely. Get our can open. Nice butter knife, just get up and around the inside here to get that can open. And see what we can do here to get that to slide out real nice. Well, it looks like they gave us a little bit extra than the 14 ounces that they have in their can there. So this next one, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of slide this off to the side so we've got some space. Get our second can open, and we're going to slide it out onto the cutting board. Get rid of this lid here. Again, kind of take the knife backwards, run it around the inside here. That'll start breaking that. Just pull up a little bit to work on getting that air seal broken. There we go, now it's starting to come. There we go, slide that out really nice there. Now what we're going to want to do, so we've got a little over 14 ounces. This should be about 2. Make a nice slice, put that in there. And we are right at 16 ounces there. So now we can just take the rest of our cranberry juice here, or cranberry sauce here. And we use jellied cranberry sauce, and that will be important with the mousse to give it a nice smooth texture when we're done. But we can cut some nice slices here. Up, do a nice cut in half, and we'll plate that up separately. And now for your Thanksgiving meal, you'll have some nice cranberry sauce on the side to serve. That way we don't have anything that goes to waste. So back over here, I hear that our cranberry is starting to boil here, so we're doing good. This is the point in time where we can get the child lock open, come and turn this off. So again, just like making regular Jell-O, you get it warm. And take our Jell-O container. And again, this is an 8-serving container. If you want to have this recipe, you can do that as well. It's very easy to have this one or split again, because you can get the 4-ounce or the 8-ounce packages of the Jell-O here. So, and this being cranberry raspberry mousse, we've got both the cranberry juice and the raspberry Jell-O. So there's your cranberry raspberry. Stir that around, get that to dissolve nice, and we'll let this cool just a little bit. There we go, nice and dissolved. There, we'll get that put off over. Come back here. So we have our 16 ounces of jelly cranberry sauce. We'll get this in the mixer here. Don't forget to lock it. And we're just gonna bring this around here and make sure that this is nice and jelly. And while we're doing that, since we've done this one, we're gonna take this nice camera. You wanna get this in, use your whisk attachment, and this will get this beaten up really nice into a nice, almost puree. You're looking for a minute and a half of just kind of running high speed with this. It just breaks it up. It'll make your mousse nice and smooth when you pour it in, and very delicate when you eat it. So that's good there. Lift that up, and again, super nice and smooth in there. You can kind of see the peak forming a little bit in there. What we're going to then do is take our cranberry raspberry Jell-O mix, and it looks like we're getting a little bit on the bottom, so we're going to want to scrape that off the bottom of the pan here as we pour it in. We want all of that gelatin in there so we get this set up very nice. Pour that in. To the side. We're all done with that for now. This back down again, don't forget to lock, and we're going to mix that up. Grab our scraper here. Get this all mixed and down. Make sure to scrape down the sides here a little bit. Bring this back out. Make sure we get this all stirred up. Keep this going nice and smooth. Now we have our mixture here, and this is where this recipe takes a long time. Now we go right into the refrigerator just as it is. And see, we've got a nice setup here. Actually, I'm gonna take this off and try to beat down a few of those bubbles so that way we don't have the bubbles forming in there. We don't quite need the air in there yet. But this, take our hot pad, and this is going to go right into the refrigerator for 2.5 hours, and we will be back in a little bit. Well, we're back after about 2.5 hours here. We've refrigerated what we made earlier with our Jell-O and cranberry juice and the cranberry sauce. So this is kind of the base for what we're going to be doing for the cranberry raspberry mousse. So now at this point, to finish this out, we're going to need, for the double batch, 4 cups of whipped cream. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here by actually making 3 cups of whipped cream, but starting with 3 cups of actual whipping cream for this. There's 1 cup. Put this off to the side here. Finish this out. Just keep lots of whipping cream on hand. It's useful for lots of different things. There's 2 cups. And 3. As we beat some air into this, this will grow immensely in overall volume. So what we're doing, make sure to keep a semi-clean workspace here. Close this up. So one thing we do here, so on 3 cups, I like to put in somewhere in the neighborhood of about 6 tablespoons of powdered sugar. That gives a good taste overall. And it just needs to be close on this one. It's really to taste. Just adding that little bit of extra sugar in. And almost forgot some vanilla. And that's somewhere in the neighborhood of about half a teaspoon of vanilla there. So we're gonna bring it in slowly here and get it up to speed. One thing that I did do with this is I made sure to freeze the bowl, and you can see the frost going on the bowl there, and that'll help out significantly. We want this to go till we get stiff peaks overall, and we've got a little ways to go before we're going to get to what we're looking for. Once we've got this whipped, we'll start loading it in here to get our 4 cups, and then we're going to end up folding it in. And we'll end up switching beaters to fold this in. Try to watch here as well with this whipping cream coming in. Start to watch this increase in volume, and we're going to go till we form some stiff peaks. We don't want to go too far, then we start turning into some really sweet cream butter here, especially with that heavy whipping cream, added sugar and vanilla. They're really delicious on a waffle or a pancake, but not what we're looking for a mousse overall here. We can start to see here that we're starting to increase in volume. We're starting to see some of that bodies form and get some of that volume. Here is this is looking really good overall for the whipped cream, so we're going to shut this down, and what we'll see is when we pull this up, it kind of holds together. Those are the stiff peaks that we're looking for in a whipped cream, so this is good and ready to go. Pull this off here. Put that to the side. Take our scraper. Here, and we're going to look for 4 cups overall. And we want to leave this nice and light and fluffy and airy. That'll make the mousse really smooth in texture. And give a nice consistency. So this is a mousse that you'll see when we put it out. We'll serve this with dinner, but this is also something you could make and serve as a dessert as well. So because we got some air gaps, this is about the 4 cup mark that we're looking for overall. We're going to leave that over here a little bit as we make this. So key to this is to get this really folded in nicely. So we're going to put a couple dollops in now, and we'll use all of what we got in here. We're going to put this in here. Now this, we just kind of want to pulse it a little bit. Let me show this as we're going. So we're just going to pulse this as we go. Just enough to kind of get that started and folded in, and you can start to see this turn pink, and it's exactly what we want to see here. So we've got that up, and we'll add another big dollop in. Get that thrown in. Again, we've got that there, and we're just going to kind of pulse this a little bit. We don't really want to beat this in. That will ruin the end texture that we built up with the gelatin and getting that to start set up. But as we're folding that whipped cream in, we'll get that really good color and consistency in on what we're doing. So get this up, and we're going to get the rest of this whipped cream in. And this is something we use for multiple holidays, and it's always fun to put it in a festive jar. It goes along with the season. So for Thanksgiving, we've got that pumpkin that we're using. Again, we'll see. Pulse this. We want to get that big dollop of whipped cream out of the center here, but we're getting that really nice, consistent pink color, and that's the key to this. And as it's going around, you can see occasionally we get a red stripe from what we're putting together overall, and obviously here we've still got lots of white sections, but at this point, you know, filled with whipped cream, it's not really what we're looking for overall. We're going to shake this off here and trade this out for this, bring this out, and then again, we're looking for a really nice folding action. So what we're going to do here is come and make sure that we really scrape the bottom. We've got a lot of jello and gelatin in what we're doing, and we want to make sure that all of that gets in, and you know, you can see there's some kind of lumps and chunks in here, and that's really not good. That will change the overall flavor profile, because you'll get the you know, you'll have, you know, nice and smooth and integrated textures going on with what we're doing, and then you'll get a big clump of the Cran-Raspberry that's extra tart, extra potent in there, because it didn't quite get balanced out with the whipped cream. So we'll definitely want to make sure that this gets nice and folded in. Right now it's still kind of a soupy consistency with what's going on, and that's okay, because this is going to go back in the refrigerator overnight and all the way to the point of when we're going to serve this meal up overall. Okay, looks like we've got a pretty good even consistent mix here. So now, so we've got our pumpkin. We're gonna fill this guy up. Stop here, we got a little bit more that can get mixed in the bottom. Didn't quite totally get in. With the double batch here, it makes it a little more difficult, but if we can get that last little bit mixed in, we're going to get a very consistent overall batch of this mousse here. Really scrape out the bottom. We want to get every last drop of this into our pumpkin. There we go. Put it off to the side. Grab a quick paper towel and just clean up the lip of the pumpkin here a little bit, so as it sets up, it's nice and clean for the presentation of the overall meal that we have. Shake this a little. And what that'll do is get this all nice and settled out, and we have nice mousse. We'll put our lid, and this will go in the refrigerator overnight, and we will pull this out right at mealtime tomorrow.